There's nothing more frustrating as a parent than seeing your kid on the sidelines. They're missing games, they're feeling left out, and you're left wondering, why does my kid get all the injuries? You're doing everything you can think of. You've bought the expensive cleats, you make sure they stretch, but still they seem to just pick up everything. That nagging knee, that sore heel, or that pulled muscle. If that sounds familiar, I want you to know that you are not alone here. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to share the biggest and most common mistake that I see parents and coaches do when it comes to these injuries that just keep on going. And more importantly, I'll give you a framework for how to fix it. First, let's quickly understand why this happens in these young athletes. Their bodies are incredible, but they're also under construction. The reason is something called growth plates. These are areas of developing cartilage on the end of their bones. And their bones keep growing sometimes at rates that their muscles and tendons can't keep up with. This creates tension and makes these areas like the knee and the heel extra vulnerable to the stress of the game they're playing. So it's not that your child is fragile, it's that their bodies is in a state of constant change. The answer here isn't to wrap them in cotton wool. It's to be smarter about the stress or the load that we put on their bodies. As a sports physiotherapist, a big part of my job is to manage this balance between load and adaptation. And this is where the big mistake comes in. The number one mistake is thinking that the problem is just too much soccer. The real enemy of a young athlete's body isn't the volume, it's the volatility. It's a sudden, massive changes in workload from 1 week or even one session to the next. For years, sports scientists use this concept called the acute-chronic workload ratio. The science on that is at best shaky, and as a parent, there is no need to go into that. But here's a simple thing that you can do. Because recent high-quality studies shows that the biggest predictor of injury is the change in training volume from 1 week or one session to the next. In simple terms, doing a lot more this week than your kid did last week, that's asking for trouble. Now, think about your child's season. It looks something like this, right? A quiet week with 2 practices, followed by a weekend of 4 matches. A 2-week holiday break with no practices and no running. Then into Hell Week, because it's training camp. These are the spikes that overload these areas of vulnerable growth plates. So how do we fix this? Well, you become a load manager. Your goal is to smooth out those spikes. It's not about playing less overall, it's about being more consistent. Rule 1, think in weeks, not in days. Look at the entire week. How many hours of soccer will they play? Include everything, matches, practices, even recess soccer. Your goal is for that number to be relatively stable from 1 week to the next. A gradual increase is fine, but avoid doubling it. A rule of thumb is a maximum increase of 10 to 20% from week to week. Rule number 2, plan for the spikes. You know tournaments and training camps are coming. In the week leading up to a big tournament, maybe suggest that they take it easy at home, make sure they get more sleep. After a long break, do some lighter sessions to make sure that the changes in load isn't too much from 1 week to the next. Rule number 3, remember the whole picture. Load isn't just about running or playing soccer. It's also school stress, lack of sleep and poor nutrition. If they had a terrible week of sleep and a big exam, their body is already under a massive stress. That's not the week to add an extra training session. Managing your child's workload is a big, powerful thing that you can do to help your child stay on the field. This is a big topic, and to help you out, it's one of the big pillars in my Modern Sports Parents Playbook that you can download from the description below. If you have any questions or comments about managing workload in your young soccer player, please post them in the comment section below. I'd love to help you out. Thanks for watching.